As we start our introduction, myself Nimish Ashput from electronicsera. I'm Associate Director and Editor here, and with me Mr.
Great.
Vinkesh Gulati, sir, Vice President of ASDC. And my first question is that, sir, as AI and data analytics become more interlaced with automotive systems, how can the advanced automotive skill ecosystem equip professionals to effectively utilize these technologies and spearhead data-centric innovation with the industry?
So Nimish, basically AI is still in a nascent industry, in nascent skill in India. And not only Automotive Skill Development Council, there is an IT Skill Development Council who is working on it. So we go work hand in hand on how to train our team. So obviously, as we are responsible for the automobile part of the AI, is where we tie up with all the big wigs of IT, which is Microsoft, Meta, and Google, to form a committee where we do the QP planning. QP planning means is the curriculum planning what we do, where we form the curriculum which is needed for future skilled manpower in the industry. And this is an ongoing process what ASDC does. Every 2 years we have to update our courses, which is taught at different industry verticals or training partners wherever the manpower is needed. And AI is one thing which is coming up rapidly, and the way it is going on, and the benefit it has on the efficiency of any work or the productivity of work is exponentially high. And as DC, we know that this is a challenge because it's still the trainers and the concept note of AI is still in a very nascent stage in India. But we are working on getting a curriculum which will be then approved by NCVT or NSDC as required, and then initiated. We have even tied up with IIT Delhi for a mechatronic course which has a part of AI also in that, which will be taught in different private engineering colleges wherever they are interested to have this small course. And through that, we want to uh, adapt the new students or the upcoming students on the AI skilling part and the use of AI in the automotive development and future.
Very well explained, sir. And my second question is that what initiative ASDC currently undertaking to enhance its curriculum and equip its students with the skill needed to effectively compete on a global scale?
So, Nimish, thanks. A wonderful question, and that is what ASDC was set on. So, basically, our existence is on this whole question. So, basically, as a process, we there is a 2 year system. We have different verticals where committees where they meet on updating their course curriculum regularly, because a 2 year back engine course is not prevalent today, because 2 year back it could be BS4 and today we have BS6, and the regulations are changing so fast that more than regulation we have to work faster than that, because the regulation which is coming in maybe 2025, we need the skilling to be started now. So ASDC has to work anything minus 2 years. So we, in our regular committees, we form the course curriculum which will be prevalent 2 years from today, because it's a normal process. We form the course curriculum, then there's a committee which vets it. It goes to the industry partners, they vet it, and then we send it to the required government agency to approve that. Once it's approved, then we start our train the trainer program, where we train the trainers on to teach those courses. So it's a process of 6 months to 2 years where we get that leverage. And because we know what regulations are going to come in the futures and what technical advancement which we are going to do that. So as that, ASDC is regularly on toes of that. We have some 7 or 8 committees like this, where service is there, HR is there, sales is there, manufacturing is there, IT is there. So there are a lot of these committees who work regularly, and there are some 130 course curriculums which have been approved for ASDC from the government, which are there on our website. And we regularly do e-learning courses there, which is virtual majorly. So it's easier for us to do virtual courses and easier for people to do. They can do as and when they want to at their convenience and learn about what is happening in future. So this is an ongoing process of updating the course curriculum. Then once it's approved, then training and taking further. And if you know, you must be knowing India, the way the advancement of regulations are happening. So if you talk of 2003 beyond or before, there were regulations used to happen once in 5 years. Today, what is happening? There are five regulations happening every year, starting from small things like window glass to be used of ISI mark with BIS standards. Then a regulation comes in for brakes. The regulation comes in for the cafe norms. The regulation comes in for pollution. So there are a lot of things which are changing very fast. So with that fast technology or the fast changes in regulation and the advancement, we are trying to be updated than them. Now coming on the part of globally accepted candidates. As a process, we have tied up with two or three, the two types are already there, the third country also, where we are training people and sending them abroad. So like we have already tied up with Volvo Aisha, where we train the manpower here and it is taken over in their abroad, world over factories or companies where they need it. So we are in that process. We even have a Germany tie-up where we train people who can be sent abroad. We are in the process of tying up with the Saudis countries where the trainings are still in a very nascent stage, where the manpower can go. We have recently tied up with the Bihar government, UP government, who are ready to support us in getting the people who are not very well educated, but they still want to do so 10th pass or 12th pass and can be trained for specific skills and can be given a job abroad. So we are in the process. So obviously, Nimesh, it's still in a nascent stage. I can't say that we have done it lakhs, but even the thousands we are working on, and it is going further. I'm confident. Slowly and steadily, once this process starts, and two, three countries we have a regular SOP of system going in, it will do wonders. And we want to become the training hub for world. India has huge manpower and they're all very good. So in IT industry, it has already been done. We want even in auto industry or the India ASDC should be hub for people to be taken in all over world auto industries.
Yeah, thanks, sir. And how do you rescale and upscale the existing people in the industry for new technologies?
A very difficult point, Nimish. It's very difficult. A person who has trained himself for 5, 6 years and been working in a system for another 3, 4 years, and a new technology comes in. It's actually the problem is not reskilling. The proper problem is unskilling. So basically, telling him whatever he has been doing, whatever he has learned, doesn't need today. So, like we started with AI. Now, the original system of calling and asking, "Sir, do you want?" thing is over now. There are bots who do that. The customer gets a phone. There is an IVR phone. He selects one or two to get what service they want. And making those team who used to call before now to become an IT guy, where once the answer is punched in and then they come up with a solution to the customer or the person who is calling, is where the challenge is coming. But I'm happy the current team or current Indians are wanting to upskill themselves because no, they know with how Modi ji has promoted the skilling over the education is helping us do this a lot. So I feel I'm thankful that we are into an era where the government is supporting you to skill people, supporting people to be skilled and even paying for that. So that is helping us a lot. But still the challenge is uh, to make them understand this unskilling is must for reskilling. Because it's not that you know something and you are adding a skill. You have to delete and then add a skill. It's not that you are adding, it's not a plus. It first it comes as a minus and then a plus. And that minus is a difficult part for us to do it. But I'm lucky we have a very good team at ASDC and very good support from not even central, even state governments where we are able to tie up with IITIs and even those diploma colleges and help reskill them as per the required latest input what the industry wants.
Right, sir. And how do you foresee as the upcoming job opportunities in India's advanced automotive skill ecosystem? And how can the workforce be readied for these roles?
Can you repeat, Nimish? I
Yeah, yeah,
forgot.
yeah, sure, sure,
Hmm.
sure. How do you foresee as the upcoming job opportunity in India's advanced automotive skill ecosystem? And how can the workforce be readied for these roles?
So, Nimish, like I told you, there are the changing auto environment is basically because of the regulations.
Yeah,
The regulations force us to change things, and the way environment is becoming a bigger, not even being regulated or restricted, even a concern for normal human being. That is where we are coming in here. So, like as of today, we are talking of electric vehicles coming in a big way, talking of hydrogen vehicles coming in. We are talking of hybrid vehicles. So these regulations give us a basic nudge towards where the skilling is needed. And that's a start of our whiteboard where we sit and work that if an electric vehicle has to come, the first thing is easiest is for a manufacturer to make an electric vehicle because obviously he'll train his team. Why? Because his team would be what, a 50, 100, 200. That's it. If he trains 200, he's able to, if he's making an ICE vehicle, he'll make an electric vehicle. But on the other hand, if you talk about the people who will maintain that, the people who will repair that, for that, there are thousands and lakhs of people in the system. So for that, the training or the helping comes from the Automotive Skill Development Council. So we regularly get updated towards what government is thinking, what regulations are coming, and with those regulations, what kind of skills are added. So a technician who was able to repair your two-wheeler on the sides by opening a spark plug, cleaning and putting it back can't do the same thing in an electric vehicle two-wheelers. And he has to be taught that it's not as easy as how he used to open a battery of a two-wheeler if the battery was not working and replacing it. Because as an electric vehicle two-wheelers, if he touches the battery the way he touched the battery of an ICE two-wheeler, it will give him a shock which may cost his life also because the battery quality is very high, the capacity is high, and the shock, the BMS is different. So those, as per the regulation, our team starts working in the backtrack and we push it. So that's how we identify what are the courses we have to launch, what are the courses we have to update and take it further. Then there is a team of experts, we industry experts who are with us, who identify those things, find those kinds of skill needed for maybe repair, maintenance, manufacturing, and then obviously backtracking toward the component manufacture. Because if a hybrid vehicle has to be made, so it's not the same engine. There'll be something additional. So electric battery will be merged with engine to come up with a hybrid vehicle. For that, a component manufacturer team has also to be trained. So that is what we all are doing. And hopefully, we are successful in our thinking.
that's it. And sir, in your opinion, what are the technological trends you are anticipating in the automotive sector for the year 2024 and 25, sir?
So, Nimish, basically what we are looking at that electric vehicles will be the game changer in 24, 25. We'll see lot of OEMs manufacturers coming up with new products and the customer's resistance to buying electric vehicle will be reduced. So I'm not saying it will be zero because concern of range, the concerns of having chargers at all location will still continue. India is a big demographic country. You can't have a charger as you have an halwai or an eating place at every corner. It's very difficult to have that. But still, there'll be a lot of process happening when most of the OEMs will come up with their electric vehicles, all the dealers will have electric vehicle charging, all the hotels are having today, all the apartments will have. The resistance or hitch to buy an EV will reduce and the numbers will go up. This is one big thing what we are looking on the activation part, on the actual part. On the other hand, we'll see a lot of alternate fuel coming in. So biofuel coming in, the hybrid range going above, the hydrogen vehicles being launched. But obviously, these will not be in high numbers. Electric vehicle is one thing which we are sure of will see the number percentage of growth and volumes also. But other products will also come in. There could be a new range of working happening on not a lead acid battery or a lithium ion battery, maybe sodium battery, maybe some other battery coming in. So there are a lot of things happening in India today, and with the support of the government, the PLI, a lot of research has come in. And I'm hopeful 24-25 will be changing part on the alternate fuel system in India. And that's where we are.
Okay. And my last question is that, sir, there is a green reality at the bottom of Indian automotive manufacturing capabilities, the dilapidated condition, and the overall safety. How can we overcome these challenges?
Can you repeat again? You talked about safety and
Yeah, there is a green reality at the bottom of Indian auto manufacturing capabilities, the dilapidated condition, and the overall safety. How can we overcome these challenges? And one
so
more
they'll
challenge is that I see nowadays, it's a general question that for charging stations, there's a different charges for different companies that impose. So why don't government takes some action and have a uniform charging rates for these?
Nimesh, I'll come on the last question first. So, see, the charging station rates are different because of the quality of charging infrastructure they have put in. There is a fast charger, there are super fast charger, and obviously the grid needed for these chargers are very high. So it is 30 kilowatt or a 60 kilowatt charger or a normal home charger.
Mhm.
What I feel in an year when all the OEMs have these charging station, the charging rates will come down because the economies of scale also will come down. I have seen a lot of apps coming in where they are doing this, that clubbing in. If it is a Tata Power or a BPCL, everything coming in one app, and the charges are similar. Uh, I don't feel government should pitch in. This is more of an economy of a scale thing, and this will surely come down in the coming days as we have more numbers of vehicle to be charged because it's a business sense. The charging station is costly and the grid is costly, and that is coming down. So hopefully, like you have seen, the vehicles, the gap of ICE and EV is now reduced. I'm talking about below 20 lakh is reduced to what 20% or 15%. Originally, it was as high as 50%. So as the economies of scale will come, which is 100% this year, we'll see, you'll find the charging rate coming in. Now, coming on the other part of the dilapidated state, I feel every manufacturer is working towards that. And the way things are going in, the way the government norms which are coming in, things are improving day by day. There are still rare cases where such issues are coming, where people are not taking care, but I'm confident it's no it's a thing of past. Now the kind of manpower needed for doing these advanced things for getting an output, they demand a good working atmosphere and all the OEMs are working towards that. So no doubt that's an issue today, but I don't feel so it will be an issue in coming days.
That's all from my side, sir. Thanks for the wonderful interaction
Thanks,
and
Nimish. Thanks.
explaining
So
all
nice
the
of you.
questions. Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you.
so much
Thank
for
you.
it. Thank you. Have a
Thanks.
great day ahead, sir.
Thanks, Dimesh. Thank you very much. Thanks, Arpita. Thanks.